Listen, a lack of self-confidence can not only impact like how you're showing up every day, but also how successful you are in your business. The truth is, when you lack confidence, others are going to be able to sense that, and they're going to be less likely to think that you are the person to help them solve their problems. The great news is, by actually working on this, it will 100% impact how you start showing up every single day. Not only in your business, but how you show up as a mom, how you show up as a wife, how you show up as a friend, a person. And the positive impact that it can have is worth everything. Now, obviously, this is something that doesn't happen overnight. Like, if you feel like you're kind of lacking confidence now, you're not going to wake up tomorrow and just have, confidence coming out of your ears. But there are definitely things that you can start implementing right away to start increasing that. So just be okay with, some of this taking a little bit of time. And that's exactly why on today's video, I'm going to be sharing 7 things that you can start doing now to increase your confidence so that you can start showing up as the best version of you. What's up? I'm Sherry Brown, and I help busy work-at-home moms to rediscover their voice, build a solid foundation for their business, and show their kids what's possible. And on this channel, I do everything from product reviews, tutorials, as well as actual social media and marketing strategies you can implement to go further faster when building your business online. So if you're new here and this kind of seems up your alley, then consider subscribing. Just make sure that you hit the bell so you get notified as I upload new videos each and every week. So the very first tip that I'm going to give you to increase your confidence is to get up and dress up. Now, this could be mean something totally different from one person to the next. But you know as well as I do what clothes that you wear that just make you feel good about yourself. Like when you put them on, you just feel hot. For you, this might be getting up and putting on your favorite workout gear. I know for me, I love cute, casual, and comfy clothes. So there's nothing that makes me feel better than getting on and putting on just a casual and comfy shirt with either some leggings or a pair of jeans. I'll throw on my Vans or maybe some boots, but again, I know that when I'm doing that and, just my mindset is totally different, I'm automatically more productive, I'm in a better mood, and more confident. So I'm kind of curious, let me know below in the comments, what's your go-to style? What kind of clothes do you wear that just make you feel good about yourself? Tip number 2, know your triggers and either reduce or eliminate them. Now, this should be pretty easy, but you should know what triggers cause you to just not feel as confident, maybe that kind of make you feel bad about yourself. Is it that, when you look at certain people's social media accounts and you see how perfect you think their life is or how successful you think they are, does that make you feel bad about yourself? Does that make you kind of lose your confidence? If that's the case, then maybe consider snoozing those people or unfollowing those people. It could be, are there certain people in your life that tend to have a negative opinion about what it is that you do? If that's the case, I know for me, when I'm around, certain people who are negative, it just drags me down. And so one thing you can do, again, is just kind of pull back from those people, or better yet, have a conversation with them, sit down and let them know how you feel. Tip number 3, shift the negative self-talk, because the way that you talk to yourself absolutely matters. Have you ever sit down to learn a new strategy? You're building a business online. Think about right where you are right now. Are there certain things that you are learning, new strategies that you're doing that you tend to talk down to yourself about, hey, I'm not techie enough for this. I don't have the influence. I'm not good enough. It's going to take too long. That does you absolutely no good, and it will crush your confidence. So instead, think about switching those, that negative language to, I can do this. It may take me a while, but I know I can figure it out. I'm smart enough to figure it out. This will get easier. Tip number 4, raise your competence. Anytime that you increase your knowledge in anything, you will also increase your confidence. So let's say right now you're sitting here and you're like, hey, I just do not feel confident when it comes to doing Facebook Lives. The best thing you can do in that case is set aside some time, even if it's 30 minutes a day, to learn how to get better at doing Facebook Lives. Don't try to sit here and tackle everything at once. Don't try to learn everything at once. But again, set aside a little bit of time every single day so that you can become more knowledgeable. I remember when I first started online building a business, the first 4 years, I'm sure you know this if you followed me for any length of time, I was a spammer. I didn't know anything about marketing. I didn't know anything about branding. I didn't have any, my engagement was horrible. I had no idea how to generate leads. And, one thing that I started doing was devoting time. I started devoting time and money, and I would get coaches and go through courses. And, back then I was not confident at all to teach anybody else how to build a business online or generate leads. But because I've spent so much time learning and acquiring the knowledge that it takes to build an online business, I'm totally confident to teach people, how to build that solid foundation, because it's something that I lacked for so long. So think about, a particular area that you aren't feeling particularly confident in, and go out there and expand that knowledge. Learn everything that you can about it and be okay, because as each day passes, imagine where you're going to be with your confidence on that particular topic 6 months from now if you just devote as little as 30 minutes a day to learn. Tip number 5, prepare but not forever. Now, this is a big one, okay? I don't want you to sit here and prepare, because that's a recipe for disaster, okay? But here's what I will tell you. Think about a time maybe when you were in school and you had this test coming up and you did not study for it, okay? You did not prepare for it. And I guarantee that when you went in to take that test, your confidence was okay. But also think about another time when you prepared for that test and you went in there, and I'm sure your confidence was through the roof. You were like, dude, I'm about to crush this test. Same thing when it comes to whatever it is that you're wanting to increase your confidence in. Another example would be, take for instance, your weekly content. I know a lot of people who, they don't feel confident enough when it comes to delivering weekly value for their audience. A great way that you can increase your confidence when it comes to delivering that weekly content is to prepare. So if you are doing a video, whether it be a Facebook Live or a pre-recorded, jot down some notes beforehand and kind of look over those a few times before you hit live, before you hit record. And I guarantee that you're going to show up a little bit differently. You're going to be a little bit more energetic. You're going to be more confident. So again, prepare, but not forever. Moving on to tip number 6, take action. Now, this is, in my opinion, the best way to increase your confidence in any area. In order to get better, you have to do. Now, going back to the whole video thing, I used to be absolutely terrified when it came to doing videos. And I remember the very first video I did, I was literally sweating in places. I remember when I first started doing Facebook Lives, my heart would pound in my chest. I would feel so nervous. I almost felt sick to my stomach. But the reason why I have so much confidence when it comes to doing videos now is because I hit record, and I hit record over and over and over and over again. And over time, I just got more comfortable. I was able to just, be more confident. The same goes for you. So again, take action, because it is going to be the best way that you're not only going to learn, but to also increase your confidence. I'll tell you a little example too, non-business wise, when it comes to taking action, is me putting on false lashes. Okay, I have on false lashes now, and I remember when I first started wearing them, it took me forever to do it. I was not confident when it came to putting on lashes. It was a hot mess, hot mess express. But again, because I just kept taking action, I just kept putting them on and putting them on. Now I can pop these puppies on in 30 seconds and go. Tip number 7, change small habits at a time. So if you're sitting here saying, I'm going to get up and I'm going to show up for my business every single day and I'm going to take action and I'm going to get up 2 hours early every single day when you've never gotten up 2 hours earlier before in your life, that might kind of set you up to kill your confidence. So instead, why not try to get up, 15 to 20 minutes a day or 15 to 20 minutes earlier a day for, a month? Because when you start getting like those little wins, it's going to just make you feel better. You're going to feel a lot more awesome. Another example of this is back in 2017 when I was on my weight loss journey, and I'm still not to where I want to be goal-wise, but it was a time in my life where I had tried thing after thing after thing. And, I decided to start this new program. And at that time, I literally was like down in sweet tea and mellow yellow like nobody's business, okay? Like I was never drinking water. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm just going to not drink any sugary drinks, I just kind of started slowly implementing changes. Like instead of saying, hey, I'm totally giving up sweet tea for good, instead I just said, hey, I'm going to make this small change. I'm going to drink like 5 glasses of water a day and I'm still going to have my tea. Instead of saying I'm going to get up and run, 5 miles every day, I just started getting up and I just started moving more. And because of that, it kind of made me feel good and it increased my confidence instead of sitting here, basically kind of setting myself up for disaster, right? So, think about when it comes to whatever goal that you have set, make small little habits, make small little changes, and over time you can continue to build up and you're going to be a lot happier and more confident in yourself. So there you have it. I hope you found these 7 tips to increase your confidence helpful. If so, be sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Question of the day. I'm also very, very curious. What are some tips that you have? What are some things that you have done throughout your life to really increase your own confidence in whatever area, whether it be your business, whether it be in your life? I would love to hear what tips you've implemented. So with that being said, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you back here next week for another training. Bye for now.